Hi.
But welcome back, Daddy Dave. Take two to the virtual Slidejam podcast. Roll that intro, Kurt.
Skate the Cape, better see you at the Slidejam. Make it to the bottom, feeling pretty fly, man. You know I love it when you're all chilling here with us, and we be playing music, and you all get to be hearing us.
Dave Bangson, you know him as Daddy Dave. Everybody, give it up for him. All right, I would love to do the intro for this guy, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give a quick intro for our audience who doesn't know who Daddy Dave is.
To turn.
Daddy Dave is an unorthodox longboarder. I ran into him at Skate the Cape a long time ago, wearing these crazy freeline skates. We're like, who the hell is this guy? But the vibes were good. He stuck around. He started riding a longboard. He became the manager of Faceplant Board Riders for some time. And then he went off on his own and started his own brand, Base Boards, which I'm excited to learn more about because, in my opinion, it's one of the best grassroots marketing I've ever seen in longboarding. So I can't wait to pick his brain about that. Everyone is wearing his shirts at events. Dave is just a staple in the community now. He hosts the Broad Street Bomb in Philadelphia, and I'm sure a lot more that we're going to learn about today. So, Daddy Dave, how was that? Feeling good?
Bro.
Stop walking away from us.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at the camera. I got to think, hey, the marketing, dude. The marketing is just, I'm trying to match that energy. You guys are all framed nice. I want to make sure my ratio. My ratio is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring that heat, dude. Like, I'm stepping it up, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that introduction, Rob. Yeah, no, that's probably the shortest I've ever been in. I couldn't have put it any shorter. I tell you that. So,
I've had some practice. There's stuff that I really wanted to ask you, and I just want to get right into it. Let's find out, how the hell did you get everyone to wear your shirts? Like, tell us about the dad shirts. How did that start? And how did you get everyone to wear them?
I did, honestly. You get it dirty, it'll look better. You know what I mean? You put some holes in it, it'll look better. Like, so the shirts specifically, I've always been interested in like doing shirts or like thinking about making shirts. So it would be cool to do screen print shit. But I just never did anything. And I was doing the skateboards and I had a logo and I was like, I wonder if I could do something. So I took a silicone basting brush for like cooking, and I poured some bleach into a cup, and I took the brush and dipped it in the bleach, and I like made the logo freehand. And it was cool for what it was, but it looked like absolute dog shit. And I don't know, man. I really don't. I can't. This is one of the things that the t-shirt's probably one of the things that I can't say that I saw it somewhere first. And like a lot of the things that inspire me, I see somewhere else first, and I kind of like interpret that in my own way. But this was like I knew about bleach dyeing, you know what I mean? But the way that I do it with a stencil and a spray bottle, the first shirts were so bad and they took so long that I was just like, not doing this again. And I had an old silicone baking mat. Like somebody bought me some dumb baking mat for Christmas. And I took a logo that I had made on I started out with cardboard. I remember. Started out with cardboard, which did not last very long after you spray it with bleach a couple times. I took the stencil and I cut it out of cardboard, and that was my first couple attempts, and that didn't go well. So I did the silicone baking mat, and it's got like fibers in it. Like the logo is really thin and small and fragile. So like this got silicone and these fibers in it to keep it all together, even though there's not really a whole lot of meat there to play with. And I've made 1,000 shirts with the same 2 stencils that I made in the beginning. And yeah, no, it just came from a place of like, I want to make shirts. How did it get so big? Everybody hit me up for sponsorship. And I was just like, board making is very slow. I suck. So I haven't quite refined all my processes yet. So the shirt's kind of, I'm not going to give you a skateboard that takes me 3 months to make for some event, but I'll send you some shirts and some gloves and some stickers, and as an event organizer, I know that anything is good. Like, I'll take anything anybody wants to give me for free that I can give to the homies, so. And yeah, no, everybody just hit me up and I send them 3 or 4 or 5 shirts, a couple pair of gloves, depending on how big the event is. And that's how I got people to wear them. They were just free. They were like, oh, free shirt. Who cares? It's extra large. It's free shirt. But yeah, no,
I do like thrifting these shirts too, right? The blanks. Some of them, were you buying them in bulk?
At first, I did I was doing I thrifted. I was doing these appliques where you basically take a shirt and sew it onto another shirt, and so I was sewing on these shirts to flannels, and that was one of my first base shirts. I was thrifting flannels and sewing these things onto the flannels, but nah, they're all Gildan heavy duty cotton, baby. Like it's the fucking. It's so good, dude. It's like the cheapest shirt you can buy, and it's a good quality shirt. And if you just use a little fabric softener, it's a quality shirt, dude. Like whatever. And I got that from Rob Wheeler. And you know what? Actually, I will say this: Rob was a big inspiration on when I started making shirts. I was like, I want to make them like Rob, with the big face plant spike. And so that's where the big B comes from. And I put it in weird places because I saw Rob do that. And I was just like, yeah, man, that's
very
totally
cool.
Different. I love that.
I was going to say about the shirts, it's the logo too. I think the logo has somehow, which is hard to do, it's captured a lot of people. Can you tell us how the logo came about? And
yeah,
what's your response from people?
So, man, I don't know how deep I want to get with this, but it comes from. So, man, I really got to think about how I'm saying this. It comes from a spiritual place. It's my representation of the third eye of Shiva, which is a vertical eye and 2 ovals. So if you look at my logo, there's an eye and 2 ovals. And I just sat there drawing this. I tried to draw something like this. It came from a vision that I had in an ayahuasca ceremony. And I was just like,
that was your quest.
I knew that I wanted to use the third eye of Shiva as a salute to an experience that I had. And I tried to draw it and it looked just fucking terrible. I got a pen on my phone, you know what I mean? And then I started thinking about okay, symbolism, marketing. You were talking about marketing earlier. My marketing brain was just I should have been on Mad Men, dude, just for real. Just, it's got to be a symbol. It's got to be recognizable. It's got to be unique. And I started thinking about I wanted to do BB, just baseboards, but I didn't want to have how many ways can you write 2-letter B's, right? It's a fucking B. It's a fucking B. So I started doodling and making this thing. I must have made that symbol 1,000 times. No bullshit. I wrote it on notepads and pieces of paper and my phone, and I would just 2 lines, circle, circle. And when I drew the one that is current that we all know and love, when I drew it, I was just like, that's the one. Save, screenshot, don't touch. And
it reminds me of a tag.
What's that?
It kind of reminds me of a tag, where it's one you do over and over to represent.
I haven't been able to draw it the same since. Everything that you've seen ever since then has been a copy of it. But yeah, no. So it's a BB baseboards, and it's Shiva's third eye, and I think people fuck with it because it's not traditional. and it looks like it looks like a dollar sign. I was thinking like as in a symbol like money, yen, euro, dollars, all those things have two lines in them, right? And so it's also like a dollar sign kind of thing, but like it's not really a dollar sign, but like the recognizability of it. And then once I made a bunch of shirts and people were like, yo, that's totally different. I've never seen anything like that. I sold them super fucking cheap. I was like, yeah, $20, fucking $20 all day. And I would go to events and I would sell shirts, and then whatever didn't sell, I'd give to sponsors. It's like sponsoring events. And I sponsored a lot of events. And
Yeah, I think that was a good formula, especially for someone starting out when you're not making a lot of boards. But yeah, that was genius. Shirts. Team shirts.
Shit was fire in Puerto Rico, man. Like, everybody wanted a shirt from Pirates, and like, I saw your gloves and your bags everywhere, dude. Like, it was like base had infiltrated Puerto Rico. And I was like, damn, it's really popular down here.
Honestly, I gotta give mad props to Walter. I gotta give props to Walter and Kevin from Green Goblin and Nano. And like, they were one of the first people to hit me up and be like, hey man, will you sponsor us? I was like, of course. And then I went to Puerto Rico last year to sell shirts. And like, I brought all these shirts, all these gloves, and nobody knew who the fuck I was. And I'm walking around like a sea of Hispanic people, and they're all just like, I'm like, yo, man, I got these shirts. Like any other U.S. event, people are like, yo, man, let me get a base shirt. I'm over here at this place, and nobody is saying a word. I'm getting the cold shoulder from everybody, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, these things fly off the shelf. Like, what am I going to do with all these shirts I just brought to Puerto Rico? Like, if I can't sell them, like, I'm not taking them back. You know what I mean? Like, it was not good. But being there and, being with everybody and meeting people and like them getting to know who I am and shit. Like all the skaters, some of the skaters knew, not all the skaters, but I was like talking to Walter. I was like, yeah, man, I don't understand, dude. Like it just doesn't happen. Like what's going on? And he was like, maybe if you walked around and you said camiseta. Maybe if you said camisetas $20. I was like, fuck, man. I didn't even think about it, dude. I wasn't speaking Spanish.
Well,
oh my God. They're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Everybody had those shirts this time. Like, if you would have showed up, people would have bought them just because they saw them everywhere. Like, I'm telling you, man, next year, fucking slaying those things. Bam, 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 bam.
I got plenty of shirts. Holler at me right now. Like, don't wait for an event. Inventory. Yeah.
I was in Puerto Rico because everybody had like a milk bag and was just like fully kitted out with their big milk bag, and I had like a tiny little satchel that I could barely fit my shit into. I was like, damn, dude, I really could use one of those milk bags right about now.
I'm telling you, man, they're spacious for sure.
You can carry a whole like week's worth of supplies in that thing.
Honestly, anybody that's gotten one, they were like, bro, I didn't know that I needed one. Like, I just wanted one, but now that I have one, I can't imagine like going on anything more than a trip to the grocery store without it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah.
Especially in like a town where like you don't know if like people are gonna jack your shit. Like I was all about keeping my wallet, my phone, all the important shit in my satchel because I wasn't trying to fuck around. And like at a certain point, like your bag gets full, and it's like, damn, dude, like I could have a beer in one of those base bags, and then also like all the shit I already have in my bag. Like fuck.
Right. They hold a lot. So the first ones we had did not hold much at all. And I hit up Sharif and I was like, look, man, we got to put a gusset in the bottom of this thing to expand the space. We'll double the space. And he was like, what is gusset? I'm like, so I showed him what a gusset was. And I was just like, yeah, it was something like this. He's like, okay, yeah. Put a little piece of leather in there. Boom. And it's fucking right. That was the one we got right on. We got that right on the second try.
That's actually super tricky. I've worked with the same guy that you use, and he's in Pakistan. Tell me, like, I've wired him money and it feels so sketchy, but now you've been working with him for like 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah, it's been over 2 years. Yeah, like I didn't really realize at first the implications of like sending a bunch of money to a guy in Western Union. Like first I was like, I don't know about this, but like I knew other people that had used him. So I was like, okay, well, I know that they've had a good experience. So like, I'll trust it.
It's funny. Jack Veely used them first, then I got the contact, and then now you're using them.
Zach Veely was using them too?
Yep.
No way. Dude, honestly, he just popped up out of nowhere one day on Instagram, and I was like, who's this guy? And like I heard like 3 people were like getting stuff from him.
Sarah.
So he's a great guy. Like I've had like face-to-face conversations with him. He's just like us. He's just from Pakistan. Like he's just trying to do something with his family. He's got a little factory, and they're hustling. They're making the leather.
You really tweaked. Like, how many versions of the gloves and the bags are you at now?
I mean, the bags, probably like 2. Like I said, we got the bag right pretty quick. There's been some like materials issues that I wasn't happy with. That I was like, dude, this needs to be better. That needs to be better. But the overall design, 2. The gloves, probably like 4 or 5. Like we tried just knuckle guards, no knuckle guards, perforations, no perforations, liner, no liner. We put reinforcements in places that nobody was doing at the time, but now like everybody does it. They get a little extra piece right here, extra piece right here. But we started that. I mean, like me and Sharif, he was like, I want to make these better. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like,
you gonna bring some gloves to skate the Cape?
I hope so. I got an order in with him right now for 60 gloves and 30 bags. So,
bro, count me in for a bag and gloves.
I hope I get them by then. I very highly
those gloves.
What's that?
Milk it.
Faceplant pucks with every set of gloves.
Ooh.
At Skate the Cape.
At Skate the Cape. And beyond. I'm gonna keep you stocked.
All right, bet. For sale soon on the website.
You're gonna be my exclusive puck dealer.
I would love to be your East Coast distributor.
Hell yeah. Well, you said you suck at making boards, which is not true. I've been making boards a long time, and I was pretty pissed to see how good you got so quickly. And just this, you're not afraid to take a big step. Seeing the concaves you're doing, and you're doing all the bells and whistles. So can you tell me a little bit about how you first started making longboards and how you've gotten to where you're at today with it?
It really came from I think it was COVID, and we were having these faceplant Zoom meetings, and I had nothing better going on, like honestly, and I was like, "Come on, Rob, let's fucking take faceplant to the moon." And Rob's like, not really there right now. And I'm like, "Come on, man, let's get a press on the East Coast, and you can press, and I can press, and we can." And it was really just like I wanted some kind of purpose at the time. Like I just really didn't feel like I had anything going on, and the only thing that I thought about every day was like faceplant shit. I just thought about like how could we do this, and it really wasn't my deal. It was Rob's, and he was just in a different place at the time, and I was like, we need to make a double drop. We need to make a drop deck. Like I want a drop deck pusher. And Rob was like, I can't do that with my how I make with my process. I can't do anything that crazy with how I do things. And I was just like, okay. And then I just kind of put a feeler out, and I was just kind of looking for skate presses and stuff. I had no idea what I was looking for. I was just kind of like pricing things out, like, oh man, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. And then get a hydraulic press, get the raw materials, weld it up. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I got a phone call from Timmy B one day, and he was just like, yeah, I got a guy that's got a press. So, if you want to come check it out, it's not like traditional. It's a bladder press. I didn't know what the fuck that meant at the time. I was just like, he was like, he made it at home. And like, I'm all about making stuff out of what you got, because I've always been broke, dude. So that's another place like the shirts came from, and like I'm using what I got to make something. So I was like that was right up my alley. I was willing to go check it out. I went and checked it out, and the guy was like, "Here's all these molds I made by hand. Here's this press I made by hand. Here's how you operate it." And I was just like, "Okay, how much do you want for it?" And he shot me a price, and I was just like, "I'll take it." So I took all of his stuff, and I just put it all together in my neighbor's basement and started making boards. And I built a bench. The only thing that I built was a bench to like house everything. And again, I had 2 pieces of aluminum laying around, like big sheets, and I laid them down on the ground, and it was like in an L, like a bench top. And I was like, I can work with that. That's about the good size. And then I had some wood laying around from a project that I was going to do but never did. And I was just like, I got the wood to go around this tabletop, these aluminum pieces. So I used what I had. I built the bench, and I started making boards. And it was really rough. It took me a long time. I think it took me like 3 months to make my first board, like maybe even 6. Because I was like setting up the shop and working on the board. Like it wasn't just working on the board the whole time. And I didn't really know what I was doing. And I don't know, this whole time. So it's been 4 years. Just had our 4-year anniversary from the day I got the press. And I wish I could say that I've been making boards that whole 4 years. But man, it's been, I would say out of that 4 years, I've probably only been making boards for like 2 of them, because I just encountered problem after problem. And my whole thought process is just like, if I pay my dues, and like, if I make all the boards, if I make enough boards, then I'll teach myself, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll deserve like a better tool or a refined process. But like, I got to do everything the hard way first to like earn it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like the first, go ahead.
Totally get that. I'm the same way, like learn by experience. But you're a pretty good researcher, I'd say, better than me. And it's probably why you've had more success doing what you've been doing. But where do you want to see this go with making boards and baseboards?
I mean, that the answer to that question has changed many times over the years. And my thing has always been like the ultimate goal, that's like the basic goal, has just been like, I want to make enough money to be able to go see my friends. You know, like I just want to make enough to be able to hop on a plane and go to Maryhill and fucking go to Giants Head. Like, I don't need this for my primary source of income. So, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't use some extra money. You know what I mean? So, like, it's taken me a long time.
Money, but money's nice.
It's not all about the money, but it very much is about some money. And yeah, I think that would probably be my short answer. Where's the long goal? Make some money. It seems like every time I make $1, I'm spending $1 on something else. Like,
you just got
you're in that growing stage right now where you're just trying all this new stuff, and like you get some money, and it's like, okay, great, I have money to like do something new now.
Yeah, and I it's obvious that that's how it works. Like, you get the stuff, you make the stuff, you get the money, you take that money, you put it back into making more stuff, and like, and eventually, like, the engine kind of like starts, and it just starts going, right? I feel like I've been turning the key for 4 years, and the bitch just ain't started. You know, it's just like,
considering,
and then every once in a while, I get like a big kick from the community, and it's like, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then it's just like,
that's good though. Like, relying on the community, it's like your backbone is awesome, because like I've been following along with you for a while, and now it seems like you've got some solid riders, some solid products coming out, and it seems like momentum's going smooth.
I would say maybe I'm just like harsh on myself, but like it's never enough. Like it's never enough in that I never really fully achieve the vision. I get somewhere close to resembling whatever my plan is, but I don't really feel like it comes through the way that I want it to. And
You got to learn to enjoy the ride, man.
if you look back, hindsight's always 2020, but like perspective, like if I look back to 4 years ago, Dave, stand-in boards in my fucking garage on my knees, like, I got so many more tools. I got so many better processes, and like I have come a long way, and like I can see the growth from point A to point B. But a lot of times, like if you see something cool today, I thought about that a year ago, and you're just now seeing it. Like that part has been really tough to.
Yeah, it's super frustrating as a small one-man business, because if you ain't making it, no one else is making it.
If I'm not making the calls, nobody's making the calls, and the thing is, like, there's just enough interest where people are like, "Yo, man, I really want that," but not like back when I first started making the gloves. Like, I would sell like half the gloves before I made them, and that was really easy on me when it came time to pay the glove man. But nowadays, like, people want the gloves if they see the gloves and they're at an event, but nobody's hitting me up otherwise. And the few people that are hitting me up, I'm like, yeah, thanks, but like, I need more people to want to buy gloves before I go buy a bunch of fucking gloves that nobody wants. You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard.
Is your margin good enough to sell to shops and at wholesale? Have you done that yet?
Yeah, man. Shout out Andrew Montoya at Thriftskate. Like, oh man, I did have some gear at Les's shop, Flat Spot in Canada as well. Don't think I want to be getting anything into Canada anytime soon with these tariffs. But, Papa Les did that as a favor. Both of us broke even on the deal, and like he didn't make any money, I didn't make any money, but we helped each other out, and that was super fucking cool. And Andrew Montoya, he runs Thriftskate, and I asked him, I was like, hey man, like we did a deal like a year ago, and he bought a bulk gloves and a couple bags, a couple shirts, and I hit him up during Puerto Rico, and I was like, hey, how did that deal go? Like, did you sell that stuff pretty well? Do you want to do another deal? And he was like, hell yeah. And I was just like, all right, sweet. So gonna have some more stuff in stock. I'm doing a wholesale deal with him, and it's just a couple things. It's a handful of stuff, but every little bit helps when somebody buys 5 or 6 pairs of gloves. Like that's a big weight off my shoulder, so.
Thriftskate, y'all.
Yeah, it's nice to sell that bulk quantity, even though you're getting pennies. But
I can kind of relate to what you're saying as like as a person who goes to skate events. Like you go and you're kind of stressing about how much money you're going to spend and how it's all going to go. But when you're there, you kind of just enter the flow state and things kind of work out. Like, do you find that selling hand to hand at community events works better than like premeditated, like selling to shops?
I mean, like whatever works better. Like I think they're all viable methods, but
what does the data say?
What's that?
What does the data say?
The data says that the in-person sale is the way to go. The in-person at events situation is the best. I watched a lot of people for a lot of years, and I mean, it's happened with every company that every company that goes away because they stop being present in the community. You know what I'm saying? And
look at Venom, for example. Like they started out selling shit on Silverfish at events. Now they're
right.
blown the fuck up. Like
because they're out there. But look at Rain or Moonshine. Like, I mean, I know a couple guys that ride for Moonshine, and they're out there. But like Moonshine themselves, like I don't know.
It's also
you're 100% right. They're out. They're out of like that core community. They sold out.
Yeah, and even like I don't want to name names, but like even bigger people who are like more like on a fandom level, like they're on Instagram popular, but if they don't come to events and they don't like rub elbows with the peoples, you know, they're just the face on the internet. My point is, when you stop being present, you stop being relevant, and you know, personal connection is important within this small niche of a community. Like
100%.
That's what riders are for. That's what team riders are for. And like, don't get me wrong, like Jesse and Evan and Cactus and Aaron and Patrick and Julie and Marcella, like, and Julia, and like everybody brings in like the support of their circle, right? But at the end of the day, like I'm the one that's making the sale with the person on Instagram. Like if I go to Soldiers and I meet some people and they're like, oh man, you're that guy, dude. Like, fuck yeah, shake your hand, like do the deal. But I don't know. It's more than just team riders. Like the whole company has to be involved. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that from watching Rob. Like Rob was super involved and everything was going nuts. And then he went to California and had to do other things, and it kind of died down a little bit for him. And then, which was like, it was also like COVID times. And like when he started getting involved again, that's when things started coming back up again. And like he's not physically out at all these events, but he is like very, very visible on the social medias and the Slidejam, and still supporting. He's still present. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's live.
I'm super thankful for the virtual Slidejam and Kurt. You know, Kurt, I reached out to him last year in May, and then we started the virtual Slidejam and then the podcast, and it's just like somehow I just keep finding my way back into the longboard community because I just love it so much, man. I love you guys.
Well, that's the cool thing about being like a brand is like not only are you kind of forced to be in the longboard community, but it also pays you back. Instead of just like putting all your money into being in the community and, you know, going on trips to Puerto Rico or whatever, like then you also have like the repertoire of being like, hey, like I'm making shit. Let's like work something out. Like I want to support you. I'm here. Like, what do you think? And they're like, dude, the fact that you're here right now means a lot. So I'm definitely down to support you. Like, here's my money.
Exactly. The fact is we're not forced to be a part of it. And for you to want to be a part of it speaks about how dedicated you are to it. You know, like
right.
Rob's been doing this a long time. And
like a lot of people don't fuck with like Arbor and Scepter and other like big brands like that because they have no face. They're just like a big cruiser market. But if you go to an event and you're like, oh, you sell face boards, like you're here. Like you're stoking people out. You're having a good time. Like that's so valuable. And I mean, like probably like the people that you're talking to aren't the most interested in doing business with you, but you never know. Like one conversation could lead to another, and bada bing, bada boom, you've got like a big sale. It could always happen. That's the cool thing about the longboard community. It's all tied together.
Yeah, 100%. Like I definitely see ripple effects. I've definitely seen the payoff ripple effects of like one person's interaction. They're like, oh, I saw this and now I'm here. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. So 100%. But like what I was responding to before though is like, we're not forced to be here. We choose to be here. And like the fact that you choose to show up and support these strangers in an endeavor that's like, none of this matters, dude. Like You know what I mean? It matters, but like it doesn't matter, you know? And to choose to be present makes you real. And like that's what bass is all about is like being authentic and like and being tangible, being real, and just doing your best. You know what I mean? Like just trying to be your best version of you. And
I can say from first-hand experience in Puerto Rico, like I've never met any of those people there, but like they welcomed me like family because the virtual Slidejam, and it was like all of a sudden I was local, and it was just
oh
like
yeah, bro, they love the Slidejam out there, dude. They love it.
yeah, like everyone there is rocking like the shit that supports them, like bass, Pal Peralta, like anybody.
And you mean everybody there's rocking all the free shit they got?
Yeah. Also, like that makes other people be like, oh, what are they riding? Like, what are those pucks? Those are faceplant pucks, sick. What are those like bags you have? Those are bass bags, sick. I need to get one of those. And then like that sale happens, and otherwise it never would have happened. So like just being in the pool of community events makes you have a one up on everybody else.
100%, dude. Nothing stokes me out more than like when I see pictures of people skating. And like I was looking at the Puerto Rico pictures, and almost every picture had at least one person with a bass something on, like whether it was a shirt or gloves or a bag or a sticker, like, and you know, that makes me feel really cool. But at the same time, it's like I don't know, man. It warms my heart, but at the same time, I'm just like, okay, cool, buy some shit. No, but you know, I mean, I can't make shit fast enough, honestly. So like, don't buy shit. I don't have shit. It's gonna be 3 to 6 months guaranteed. I'm probably gonna fuck it up. Anyways, no, it's super humbling to see fucking Canada, Puerto Rico, Tennessee, California, Washington, Ohio, Maine, Connecticut, Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, like Florida.
It didn't take long either, dude. You gotta give yourself more credit.
I do on the low. Like I feel like if I give myself too much credit, then I'm like I'll get comfortable. You know what I mean? Like
where you do your best work when you're in the deep end and your toes aren't touching anymore. And I feel like that's what you've been doing this whole time. You've been just a step out of your comfort zone, which is when you make the coolest stuff. So I'm telling you, enjoy the ride. I talked to Reg. I know how much you go over there and bitch to him. You gotta learn to enjoy the ride, man.
Reggie is my man. He is the purest person. Whenever shit's like crazy, Reg will keep it real and he'll do it with a smile. And like, I don't care how you could be like, my mother just died. He'd be like, oh man, I'm sorry, buddy. What are you going to do? We'll get through that. Like totally calm all the time. Yeah, I love Reggie. Thank God. Yeah, I do. I feel so bad, dude. I bitch a lot. People are like, what's going on? I'm like, well, what's going on is I'm absolutely fucking crazy. And, I don't know what I'm doing. And every time I have something in my head, it doesn't go the way I wanted. And it costs me more time and more money. And, I'm really just spinning in circles here. And Reggie's just like, you'll be all right. I know.
Like all the shit you've got, the boards that are coming out, the riders you have, the shirts, the bags, like I think you've got a lot of respect from the outside looking in. So, like be the version that other people believe you are.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really have trouble with. Like there's always that version of you that you think you look like, and then that version that everybody else thinks you look like. And I people are like, oh man, Daddy Dave. And I'm just like, I'm just Dave, dude. I ain't nothing. But like, what version do people think I am? Because I mean,
you're Daddy Dave, dude. You're the legend, the myth, the wacky man who milks it.
It is a myth. It is a myth, my friend. Yes, I tell a good story. You know what? just want to tell a story, and I want to see people. I want to see people inspired by my stupidity. Like I do have a few people who hit me up and they're like, "Oh man, I've been through that, or I'm going through that. How can sharing tips and tricks with people like, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Being able to, there's something about like having the credibility amongst other makers for them to share their secrets with you. Like they wouldn't just tell things to you that they would tell, wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? And to be able to have that kind of relationship with people, not that I want to take their secrets, but like we're sharing knowledge about our processes with each other. And, yeah, just having the respect of those people who I look up to is really fucking awesome. Like,
so madness aside, what kind of stuff keeps you grounded in life? Like, what do you do to kind of like get your head on right and like just get grounded so you can push through?
I think what he's asking is what keeps you based.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's a multi-defined term there, but what keeps me authentic or what keeps me grounded?
I guess like if you're going through the motions of like, wherever your head might be, thinking about stuff too much, trying to do things and not really knowing the way forward, like what do you do to kind of like, get back to roots and move forward in that situation?
I will get stuck in analysis paralysis for as long as I need to, and I will try to. If I get to a point of impasse where I really don't have a choice, or it's like choice A or choice B, the outcome is predictably like 50-50, I'll do my due diligence until I see a clear choice. And if I don't see a clear choice, I'll just make a choice and then deal with the consequences. And it's very hard to do. Like a lot of the time, I'm just like, well, if I do this, it could be really sick. But if I do it wrong, it could be really bad. And I got a perfect example of that fucking today. But I think what's really cool about art in itself and like what I'm trying to do is like back to that perception thing. Like you see the final product and you assume that the final product is what it was supposed to be from the beginning.
Yep.
When in actuality, what I had in my mind to what it is probably 4 or 5 degrees off. Like it is not what I originally intended. And it usually, a lot of times I make my best stuff, like Rob was saying, in that deep end. Like I get in over my head and then I got to fix it. And so I've become really good at learning those techniques the hard way, and some of them I've mastered and I'm on to the next. And some of them I can't figure it out. So, but yeah, no, I just keep going. I just fucking straight up Dory, just keep swimming, dude. Like I so many conversations, so much time wasted with working with all kinds of people. Like I work with a lot of people. Like I get influences from everywhere. I get advice from everywhere. And I have a lot of long conversations. And a lot of times those conversations just keep going around in circles. And it's like, can we just like put that conversation into action? Like we just act and then see where that action takes us and then adjust from there. Like,
so dive in.
Yeah, just dive in. Yeah. Just do it. Just do it.
Do a gainer off the rope swing. See what happens.
Right? Just gonna fucking send it.
Yeah, I was in Puerto Rico. I was hanging out with Pat and Jesse a lot. And hearing kind of like what they were saying about their relationship with Based was a very interesting kind of like confluence of ideas, because one group here like repping the brand, doing his thing, like really with a good head on his shoulders, and the other guy was just like very much so just like trying to film shit and help out his homies. And it's like, you guys are both doing really sick shit. But having the conversations with both of you, it seems like they aren't aligning at the right time. And getting people to do what you want them to do at the perfect moment in time is really fucking hard. But I think you've got a good idea of like potential talent that can make Based grow. So in seeing Pat and Jesse as part of Based, I've got big hopes for the future because they're both doing really good stuff.
You know, honestly, that's like been one of my things, even at Faceplant, like I would go out and I would be like, man, this guy's good. Like I can, it sounds easy to be like, oh yeah, that guy's got talent. Like, nah, man, I can fucking pick him. Like, I'd be like, this dude is nobody right now, but he's going to be fucking huge. And they end up being, and Jesse is one of them. And, same with Cactus, like same with Evan. I asked Jesse about Evan. Evan was a suggestion from Jesse, and I was like, hey man, if Jesse thinks he's fucking good, then he's got my vote. And Evan has proved himself. It's just I got real lucky. I do have an eye for it, but at the same time, like, got real lucky. Got some good people, good riders, and
yes, you can definitely pick them. And there's a reason why they say yes to you too. I think that's something you forget too. Like you're a cool guy and you make good boards, so they want to be part of that. So it's you got a really good team, and yeah, again, give yourself some credit.
yeah, I will when my bank account.
The tide will turn soon, Daddy Dave.
Yeah,
That's what they're saying. The stars are aligning right now. Jupiter's in line with Venus, and like all the planets are aligned right now. Mars, like, it's a perfect straight line. That was like the other day. Today's a full moon. Like,
okay, I didn't mean on it.
You'll know when you know.
God damn. Okay.
So Dave, you got some skateboarding skills now. You got a little video here with people. Check it out.
is it me eating shit? Oh my god!
Oh, is this the
Beautiful. Beautiful scene. Look at that.
What a trip that was!
Look so young.
What a trip that was! I just got a call one day from Brian Fitch, and he was like, "Yo, bro, picking up Tino. We're going to North Carolina to hang out with Cameron." And I was just like, "Babe, I'm going to North Carolina for a few days." Out of the car, man. It was crazy.
Dude, you. That was a hell of a drift.
Yeah.
Inside, man. Man, Tony, double pandy. Watch out.
Dude, Two Man Tony saved lives. I was doing those all week in Puerto Rico. Oh, let's go.
I forgot. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro, shredding. Wow. That's impressive.
Oh man, the music would really vibe on this.
Oh, look at that.
Goodness.
You gotta bring the cape again.
Oh my god, it's so funny to think it all started there. Look, this looks way cooler than those stupid freeline skates, doesn't it? Like, how badass is that?
The overalls are the move. We all need to embrace the overall lifestyle for skating.
That was a wild run, dude. This is out in Utah, man. I was just like, I was just full sending that shit.
Yeah, looking at the camera that time, that was easy.
You got to figure out the two-hand Tony reverse entry, Dave. You got it.
Oh, dude, that's like my signature, bro. Honestly, dude, these videos are pretty. This is probably like 4 or 5 years ago. A lot of these, but yeah, no, that's like my signature move on the party corner at the knob, dude. Just like blast the shit out of it. Everybody else two pieces it,
The toe raise.
and I just try to blast it and reverse through the apex.
Yeah.
Where's the music? Tragic. First trying to warm up.
So Dave, what kind of setup are you on these days? Like, what are you riding for downhill? Are you on symmetrical or are you on splits? What's your wheel of choice?
I'm on a 45-30 Rojas hybrids chopped to 115, 135.
Wow, that sounds great.
They're underneath my Me Bicycle Atomic Garden.
Nice.
I'm a big dude, and boards be flexing, and broke ass me. I bought this skateboard from Zach. I begged him forever, and then I caught him at an event, and I was just like, man, I know you got something for the boy.
Oh, no.
And he gave me this Atomic Garden, and I gladly paid a discounted price, but still a lot for me at the time. I was just like, stung a little bit, but I was just so happy to have it. And yeah, I've ridden other boards like Rob's Robbery is like my favorite free ride board, and it's like super fucking fun. Like I have such a good time on that board with caliber 3s. I ride other boards. I have other boards, but when it comes to downhill, if I want to be confident, it's those Rojas and that meat bike, and I'm fucking zooming, dude.
What's your ideal road to skate? Like, what's your preferred style of road?
I mean, honestly, I just like a good fucking family cruise, man. I don't need anything more than 35 all grip, really. I do like going fast. Like at the knob is probably where I feel the most comfortable. I've been there bajillions of times, and I can go as fast as I want, and I can go as fast as I can and not go too fast. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So like, I really love that. That's my kind of shit. I just want to have fun. I'm not a big tech guy. I want to go for a long time. I don't want to keep taking shuttle runs to the top or whatever. I want to go for like 2-3 miles. Like that's a fun time to me. I love a good fat left slide. Two-hand Tonys are like, I'm good at them. They're a necessity, but they don't look nearly as steezy as a heel side, open face roast beef. Yeah, it's just like chill rides, man. It's just like chill rides, and I don't want to push.
Yeah. We got a guest question here from your boy Cam.
Hey, Daddy.
There you go.
It's your baby boy. My question for you is, what has been the most challenging thing you have done in skateboarding? And that can be anything. Thanks.
Yeah, I remember this one. Hosting events, bar none. Fucking hate it. Like, I love it, but I hate it. It's so. It's not particularly hard. Like, now that I know what to do, it's not hard at all to fucking do an event. But like, the pressure that I put on myself and for the expectations and for the people, and like, I got PTSD, man. Nobody came to my birthday parties when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I'm just like, they don't come. What if nobody shows up to my skate party? So what I do is I take over previously successful events and host the house.
That's the way to do it.
But yeah, no. Learn from the best, dude. I learned from Rob, and I've been hosting events for probably about 6 years now, and I've been helping out with events for like 10 years. So, I do enjoy it. I realize it's a necessity for the community. Like, I just want to give, like, that's what I can. I'm not the best skater out there. I'm not going to get all the media, but, I'm going to pull up. I'm going to bring a leaf blower. I'm going to bring a chainsaw. I'm going to help set the function off the best way that I can. Like, that's why Daddy Dave. That's what, like, I be bringing the snacks. I be bringing the Band-Aids. Like, that's what I can contribute You know, my experience, that's what I can contribute to the session. Like, hey, I'm not gonna skate this road, fellas. You want me to drive? Like, so yeah, I think that's what's really cool about the community too. Is like, you don't have to be the best skater to be a part. Like, you just have to skate and offer your talents. You know, and that's what makes it cool. Everybody's subconsciously doing that. You know, like, whether somebody's really good at fucking cooking glizzies or rolling J's, like there's a specialist there for every fucking thing.
Max.
All right, speaking of events, got another guest question. Let's put it up.
Your boy Gordy. Thank y'all for having me.
Gordy.
Guest. Late March 2025. Skate the Cape, the finale, hosted by Faceplant Board Riders. If y'all don't know, you are out of the loop. Incredible event.
If you watch this with the sound off, all you see is the hands, and it's fucking awesome.
And I hope to see them and you as well. Late March 2025. Skate the Cape finale. Had a question for Dave, aka Daddy Dave. In the past, board setups and event types have changed drastically, in my opinion. Back in the day, you'd see bigger boards, bigger trucks. Nowadays, you see tiny boards, tiny trucks. You see more.
Oh my God, how long is this question?
More legitimate downhill events as well. In
Thorough.
the past, you saw more slide jams and more outlaws. What do you think the next trend for downhill skateboarding is in terms of board setups or events, and why do you think our sport is heading in that direction?
I got you, Dave. You know Rapture. He's gonna eat this dude.
Peace.
He is all details. Love you, Gordy. Thank you. All right.
Well, as far as boards go, fucking blown away. It really just depends on the size of the person, right? But I have been noticing people are going with longer boards, longer wheelbases. Which was like, I did a survey the other day about this board that I'm making, the Danny Boy, and it's, you know, it's the perfect board. But my team was like, you know, man, I think it should be longer. And I was like, man, you make it longer, but, you know, it's still going to be the same concave, the same tail, the same wheelbase. You're just going to be making the nose longer. And they're like, yeah, but like make it longer. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not going to use, like, it's a not usable part of the board. So what does it matter how long? And they're like, just make it longer. And I'm like, okay. So for this prototype, we did two sizes, 36 and 37.5 inches. And then I did a survey, and man, it was like 70% people wanted the longer nose and the longer wheelbase. So yeah, I think everything's gonna I think it's gonna go longer, but it's gonna stay narrow. It's not gonna go back. It's never gonna go back to fucking 10-inch boards. Not happening. But you know, it's gonna stay between 9 and 9.5, and it's gonna be longer than 36 for sure. That seems to be the trend for like everyday free ride shit. Of course, the short shit's gonna stay the short shit. The long shit's gonna stay the long shit. But like, for the most part, people want it longer these days. Need it longer.
Do you feel like events and like styles of skateboarding related to board shapes and stuff are kind of correlating with each other to push the way boards are being made? Like, I, for one, found that when I was in Puerto Rico skating this board, I wanted more meat in between the wheelbases, so I had more like standing platform. Like, I didn't like sliding on with my foot on the tail, but since the board was short, I kind of didn't have any options. I see a lot of people riding like longer boards.
Because you're a tall guy?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you didn't feel. I'm asking, like, you didn't have the options because you feel like because you're a tall guy, like your foot had to be back there.
Yeah, like if I wanted to be in my comfortable toe side position at speed, I needed to have my foot on the tail.
Right.
Or like if I wanted to do like a toe side 180 and stuff, I needed my foot on the tail. And I feel like if there was more meat in between the wheelbase options with trucks go, I wouldn't have had that issue. So maybe like pushing the back of the board, adding like an inch so it's further away from the front truck would have made it so I didn't have to rely on my foot in the tail pocket so much.
What's your favorite wheelbase?
Probably like 23 to 25.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I was riding Jesse's board, and he had like some symmetrical 50 trucks on there, and a lot of people are riding symmetrical 50s at the event, which is mind
But
blowing.
even that's like 21.5 to 22.5. So even that's a little bit short for like your long ass legs. Jesse's a shorter dude too.
Right. But even still, like with the concave the way it is, like it's just like ergonomic to have my foot there and sit on the table.
Did you get a chance to ride John LaPlante's piss missile?
No, I didn't really skate anything else but mine and Jesse's board for like a run.
Nice.
But that
Yeah.
board that you guys have coming
Yeah,
up,
I'm just trying to get everybody to fucking ride one. Like everybody that rides one. Here's another thing: it's like hard to know when people are just blowing smoke up your ass. They're like, "Yo, man, this is really great," or if it really truly is a better. Like, is it an opinion? Like, is it opinion or is it fact? This is a great board. Okay, is it opinion or fact? And anybody that's gotten a board from this specific mold, I have a bunch of different molds that have modular mold system, and like I can basically make like 17 different molds out of the pieces that I have, and wedges and things like that, and W's. So it's pretty fucking cool. But out of this one specific mold that I have, which is the Finnabone, the Director, the Danny Boy, like this is all from one specific mold. Everybody who has one loves it, and I just need more people to, and like I need more people to feel it and not see it. They look at the concave and they're like, "Oh man, that's kind of a lot. I don't want my feet feeling a certain way." But anybody who stands on one is like, "Oh, I get it. Like it's just subtle, and the concave is just perfect, man." I need to get more out there. I need to get more people stepping on them, and I think once people do, most customers I get, they're like, "I rode one and I need one." You know what I'm saying? So
at Skate the Cape, I'm definitely going to put more effort into riding other people's stuff and take runs because I mean all the shit in Puerto Rico that I was skating was like pretty gnarly.
yeah,
I don't really want to like drop the shit on some random stuff, but I think at Skate the Cape it'll be a good opportunity to like fuck around with some stuff.
hell yeah. Can't wait. It's like this cow. Everybody's gonna be riding this cow, dude.
The cow.
This cow. Have you seen the cow?
What is it?
Show us the cow.
It's wrapped up.
Moo. Show us the cow.
Wow. That's a sick graphic.
Yeah, that is this is what I've been working on for a while now.
Is that a drop deck?
It's like it does have a drop. It's got a W in it.
Ooh.
It's actually
that looks fire.
It does look fire, but there's like some holes in it, like some not great. It doesn't matter. There's going to be grip tape there. You don't see the part. Forget about it. There's nothing to see.
Stand it. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing like all the boards you've got because you've got some new shapes popping up, and there you go.
So this is like a synthetic, Joanne Fabrics Hobby Lobby fur. I bought like a yard of this, and
Jesse was telling me you had a board that was like fully like fur or carpeted or some shit.
Yeah, that's it. It's fur, and then I used a laser engraver to brand it.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Just like a cow.
That's dope.
So like everybody's like, "Yo, it's gonna get dirty." I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for it to look like a dilapidated roadside cow that's just like covered in mud. Like it's gonna be so sick." This is another one. This is one I've been working with today.
That paint is sick.
Kind of fucking me up right now. This is
that's tricky, dude.
The plaid color is fire.
This is a scarf that I got from Goodwill. It's from the Gap, so you know it's high quality. Right. Fashionista. Yeah, this is my comfort zone that Rob was talking about. Like, it's really easy to do something like that. Like, I put some dye on some wood and I make some colors and then I put something on it and I seal it. Done. But like, what I had to do for that, like, it's almost like everything that I make is not like something I've done before. So
maybe you could have a demo day at Skate the Cape, like bring a couple setups for people to try out and have like the base.
I would absolutely love that. Now, the cowboard is going to someone who's coming to Skate the Cape, so it's going to make its debut at Skate the Cape. So it'll be there all weekend. That's my demo time. But yeah, I had somebody that was like, "Are you going to have any boards for Skate the Cape?" And I was like, "I don't think so." I wish I had. Yeah, dude, I got them ready. I do got some boards for sale, but they ain't gonna be ready for Skate the Cape.
So thank you, Gordy, for repping so hard.
Yeah, that was like a minute and a half, and he was like,
Dude,
"Yeah, board trip."
The question was like the last third of it.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I respect that immensely. After being in Puerto Rico, where people are like talking with their hands and their body gestures so much, it makes it easier to understand what they're saying. But coming back to America or like Idaho, it's like people just stand there like this talking with no body gestures, and it's like, are these people excited? Are they sad? Like, what the fuck's going on? They can't tell anymore. So I like that culture. It was definitely more understandable for me.
So much is lost in body language. You know, people really don't know how to communicate with their body language.
No, they're so
they can type words, they can say words, but they don't have to do anything with their body. There's no personal interaction. You know what I mean? That's what I love about Puerto Rican.
Anthony talks. He's just like, yeah, let's go.
Jared, are you coming to Puerto Rico next year?
Yeah, I'll come to Puerto Rico next year, but I'm not going to be happy about training in January.
That's his siesta month.
Training.
So, dude, don't worry about it. Just don't skate all January. Come off the couch and just nail your line. It'll be fine. You can come a week early with me, and we'll just skate hills and warm up. And then by the time the Slidejam comes around, you'll be ready to go.
There you go. It's all warm in Puerto Rico. You'll be all loose.
Yo, Rob, are you coming next year? Like, honestly, like, this needs to be...
I'm down. That's why I'm heading to Skate the Cape, so I can come do fun shit again.
But I feel like now that this is back, this just needs to take the place. Like, you know, we should just all meet in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we should just move there for a couple months.
I heard that everyone fell in their final run in the Slidejam. So, dude, I could have got second at least.
Probably, dude.
I got my shit on lock.
Yeah, dude, like a couple of 180s off the kicker and a couple of fakey 360s down the hill. I think you probably could have nailed it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know anybody, and Rob knows the hill. Like, I don't know anybody that skates like you do on that hill, like, or the way you do.
I love that hill. It's special place in my heart. How's the pavement now?
It's bad.
It was bad when I hit it.
Well,
That was 10 years ago.
We're talking about having the township repave it and make it wider. So
yeah,
that'll happen.
Yeah. Dude, it was so sick. Like,
really
I remember looking at pictures back when I rode it, like, there was people lined up top to bottom. Like, I want to get that event back to that space again.
Dude, it's going to happen next year. It's going to be fucking huge.
Make it happen, Kurt. I believe in you.
We'll do it. So on that note, we got another guest question here from Ross.
Hey, Dave, it's Ross. Hope you're doing well. Have a question for you. What are you doing after Skate the Cape? You gonna keep this thing going? Your faith thing's going?
Tragic.
Exactly. Why are you so awesome?
I hope the audience can hear it, because like if the audience can't hear it,
I don't know what's going on with your audio, dude, but I can hear it. Can you hear it? Oh, I don't know where Jared is now, but anyway, he
as long
said
as hear it.
Ross has got a beautiful voice. He's the official event photographer of Skate the Cape, and he's been in the lawnmower community before I was there. So if you don't know Ross, fucking awesome guy. Anyway, he asked, are you going to keep Skate the Cape going? Which is no, because my baby. And then second question is...
Mister, maybe you could, now it's your... Okay, all right. No, just kidding. I'm not.
It's mine. It's mine.
I'm not
You got to
doing
pay for it if you want it. Anyway, he said, why are you so awesome?
Why am I so awesome? I think again, that's that outside looking in. I don't feel awesome most days, but I think that I resonate with people based on my basedness. Like I'm not afraid to. I like people. Awesome people inspire me, and that is what makes me so awesome. Like I love like Rick Rubin. I love like philosophy. I like art. And the proof is out there. Like anybody who's successful in like this endeavor or the next, like they have one quality that is everybody has this. If they're really good, like they're just themselves. They're authentic. They're not fake. They're not trying to be anything they're not. They're bringing their gift, whatever that gift is, whether it's like taking pictures or hosting events or organizing or volunteering their time. Like, and they're not trying to be anything that they're not. And they're not like, that's why I'm so awesome. I'm just doing me, dog. Shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like only now as a fucking 43-year-old man with kids about to graduate high school, like, do I realize the importance of like I've always been me, but I never really valued like how important that was and how many people really don't feel free to express who they truly are at all times. And I just don't give a fuck. Like I've always been, like I've always just said whatever I want to say, and I'm respectful. But day one Dave is the same guy as day 100 Dave, and I think that's what makes me awesome. I think that's what makes me awesome. I'm just
say that again on the last day of a skate tour. I'm the same person as I was from
that
day
was
one.
day one Dave too. I was just keeping it together, I'm sure. Oh my God.
On that note, we've got another guest question from Mark Anthony.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Hello, David Allen. First question. Can you tell everyone why the faceplant tour van always needed to stop for?
The faceplant tour van always needed to stop for cookout and a cigarette. And I'm pretty sure a couple of bumps here and there.
Went on the road, eh?
The bumpy road, if you know what I'm saying. Fucking the cookout and a cigarette became a thing because, okay, so real quick, we're driving in a 12-person cargo van, and there's like 8 of us, maybe 6, I don't know. And we're like halfway to North Carolina, and somebody's like talking about going to a cookout, and I'm just like, what cookout? And they're like, yeah, man, we're going to go to a cookout. And I was just like, okay, cool. Like somebody knows somebody nearby that like is having a cookout. And pulled up to cookout, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, this is the cookout. And I was just like, what the fuck? So I was introduced to cookout on that trip, and they were just everywhere, just fucking ubiquitous. And it was the only thing that everybody could agree on. Like, oh, we'll stop for a cookout, a bathroom and a walking taco or whatever. And so, and I couldn't smoke I was smoking. I wanted to smoke cigarettes and fucking couldn't smoke in the van in the rental. So the only time I could have a smoke was if we were out, and the only thing we would get out for is a fucking cookout. So I'd be like, "Hey guys, there's a cookout. Like, you guys want to get a shake?" Okay. And the whole time they'd be like in and out with their order, and I'd still be fucking choking a bogue, and I'm just like, they're like, "All right, we got our food, time to go," and I'm just like, "No, it's not for cookout and a cigarette. It's like a cigarette, but give me like 10 minutes. Like, fuck this trip. I gotta be in the road with you assholes for a week, dude. Like, starting off on the wrong foot, man, and put daddy in a corner, you know." But yeah, cookout cigarettes is the answer.
When you were on that trip, was it like just kind of like get to point A, or did you guys have like stops here and there where you got to chill out and stop and just like relax for a bit, like camping or whatever?
If you've never had the pleasure of being on a Mark Anthony trip, I gotta tell you, you're missing out. Mark Anthony Tours is the best. The whole itinerary is taken care of. All the details are taken care of. You just show up and hand them your money, and you're good. We had activities. We did some hiking, did some waterfall jumping, and we had the B&Bs this day, camp on this day. It wasn't too. I feel like Mark would fucking say it was too. It was very rushy, and it was a giant clusterfuck. But I didn't feel that way. I was just like, we'll get where we're going. We all here. We got this van. Like, fucking A. Like, what else do we need? Like, we got 5 dudes in a van. Like, fucking, who cares where we are, you know? But yeah, no, it was very chill, and we packed a lot into that week.
Those are the best times, man. I feel like you were saying earlier, like how to be based. Like when I was in Puerto Rico, about 3 days in, I was having like a kind of like a conflict of conscience of like, oh, I need to do more. I need to like be at a certain spot. After about 5 days, I just kind of got to be me in a place where I didn't know what was going to happen, and that was very like relieving because I was like, all right, cool, like. It doesn't matter what we're doing. All I need to do is just like handle my own shit, be where I need to be, and function. And that's what I love most about skateboarding. It's like when you're on a trip, all you really need to do is show up. And it's not like real life, like where you're like, oh, I gotta be a certain person, I gotta be at work, I need to look forward to a certain thing, or I need to like go be here then. It's like, no, it's like all flow.
Yeah, the hardest part of it's like the army. I equate longboarding with being in the army, and the same goes with like the people that are in longboarding and the camaraderie and the way that all shapes up and takes place. Like you're the hardest part of the day is fucking showing up for work. Everything else, like it don't fucking matter what else is going on. Like you're gonna do whatever they tell you. You're gonna go wherever they go. And at the end of the day, you're gonna fucking smoke some weed, you're gonna drink some drink, and you're gonna skate some skate, and like everybody's gonna throw the socks in the fire afterwards. Like it's so simple. Like
Exactly.
there are no expectations as to like what is supposed to happen except show up, bring a skateboard, and like I think that's like totally freeing. That's what I love about like outlaws and shit. It's like no expectations. We're gonna meet at a place and we're gonna hang out and see what's shaking. I love that. Just like Roan. I mean, like Roan's a perfect example. Like I showed up to that, and also I feel like when you do these trips, like you kind of like go into it with that expected notion of just like I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I need to just go with it. So like you're already in that mindset before you get there. So you're like more susceptible to accepting it as it's happening. Whereas like if you show up to work and you ain't doing shit and you don't know what the hell's going on, you're just like, what the fuck am I doing at work? You know?
Feel stressed because like someone's looking over your shoulder and shit.
Yeah. You know, like you need to like do work.
Okay, so you skate the Cape, and then I have an epic night planned for you, bro. So
For who?
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, basically.
Oh, for Kurt. Yeah.
Yeah. I know you know what's going on, Dave. But let's roll into name that video part, whatever the hell we're calling it.
Oh, bro, I am not the one. I am not the one.
No. He's getting sleepy on us.
Better than that.
Not the one, dude. I don't like. Even if I have seen it, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
It's a little bit different than that, Daddy Dave. What happens is we play a song, and it's a test to see, and we'll break it down for you. We'll give you multiple choice. If you can narrow down what famous longboard video this song took place in.
Famous longboard video, man.
And these are big. Don't get me wrong; these are big longboard videos. This isn't like a video that some Grom made like 15 years ago. Like these are big videos from big brands, whether it be Boston, Sector 9, Land Yachts, whoever.
I'm going to be I will play this game, but I am going to do very poorly at it. So continue. Like
you're not 1 to 10. Where's your confidence at?
I like the fucking rapid fire questions. Where are those?
That's at the end. You wait.
Oh, we still got those. All right. Yeah. I mean, go ahead. If it ain't faceplant hot lap summer, if it ain't faceplant thrift shop, you know about that faceplant thrift shop? The fucking production quality, buddy. Oh my god!
I actually did want to choose a faceplant video for this podcast, but I couldn't find the song for it on the YouTube page. I was like, crap.
Damn it. Well, you could have asked me, damn it.
Yeah, you're right. I probably could have asked. That was my bad.
Well, here's a layup. What was the song that you used in Hot Lap Summer?
First Try No Warm Up.
I love that song. That was a good song.
That's a good song too, right?
Can you name Timmy B's song?
Get Schmacked?
No.
Or throw up in the Uber home? Drew, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
No. It was Venus Flytrap.
Rob, Rob, do you remember the philosophy video from Faceplant Board Riders?
You know what? I don't know what song that was because we actually had someone else make that for us, and I have no idea what that song was. So
that was actually the song I had in mind for Dave because it had all the OG Faceplant boys. It's one of my favorite Faceplant Board Rider videos because it was genuine, well filmed, had a nice song to it, and I was like, "Oh, Daddy Dave might recognize it."
That was before Daddy Dave time, actually. I don't know if you would have got that one.
I think it was, yeah. This had like the OG boys like you, Jesse, Ricky, Tito, Brian, and
the song is Downriver. Huh? Look at that!
Congrats,
I just answered your own question. You didn't even know the answer to that fucking question.
Let's do another guest question, and then we'll get onto the rapid takes. Okay? Let's do this one.
Let's do it.
Hey Dave, it's your buddy Daniel Meyer with a guest question.
Daniel.
First one, I just want to know what your favorite arts and crafts
is. That Daniel Meyer
on the side of a hill when you're just kind of spectating or volunteering. That's a fun one. And then the main question is, I would like to know what your favorite way to use the bathroom is when you are on a skate trip camping. Specifically when you are camping in the woods. How does Daddy Dave like to use the bathroom? All right, I love you, Dave. Have fun on the podcast. Peace.
Dude, Daniel.
Yes, Dave. Let the whole world know how you shit in the woods.
First of all, I want to let everybody know how stupid I am. There's a fucking icon that's been over this screen the whole time, a play button, and I'm thinking that it's like showing up on your thing, and it's like some like thing. The reason that I haven't heard any audio from anything you played is because I didn't press that play button in the middle of the screen, dude. Like, what the hell is that?
That's news to me.
I'm sorry. We can't do this a third time, Dave.
We can't do this a third time, man.
No. So I'm just, I know, right? So, we've come this far. Let's fucking go.
That's it. We're using this as stock footage.
Favorite way to shit in the woods is butt ass naked, like a bear. butt naked. But like you can't have like you can't have your whole like pants situation around your ankles. You got to be like fully squatted. You got to have maximum room to like get the full squat. You get that fucking squat on and the
Wait,
best.
do you do this when you take a shit in the woods?
Oh yeah, did you get that power squat?
Focus.
Oh gosh, he's gonna do it.
Get that fucking that wide stance.
Wide stance.
You're chilling. You
Penguin stance.
you can take a strong breeze. You ain't falling over, man. This is solid foundation right here, dog.
What we gotta do, we gotta find out what nature's bidet is.
Nature's bidet.
Yeah.
That would be the creek. That's the other thing. That's the other thing I do. If we go on a skate trip and we end up at a body of water, I'm probably gonna end up naked in that bitch. Like, I mean, skinny dip everywhere. Like for real.
Dude, biggest letdown of Puerto Rico, no skinny dipping.
I was naked in every fucking beach in Puerto Rico, dude. I swear to you. I swear to God, like 4 or 5 beaches. There was not a beach I went to where I didn't at least like I was like out in the water, took my trunks off and went for a swim. Like held my trunks in my hand. Like I'm telling you, dude. Like gotta do it, bro.
Nature boy.
Sounds very freeing.
Oh yeah,
It's the only
Daniel's
time
other
you can't
question
really,
was what's your favorite arts and crafts when you're chilling on the side of the hill?
Oh yeah, my boondoggles. It's a perfect opportunity for me to plug the old bag milk.
Milk it.
The old bag milk.
You know how big that bag
Thank you,
is.
roomy.
It's leather.
But
you can
I make
skate
these little
with it.
boondoggles
Oh hell yeah!
with
That's a
550
lot.
cord.
What is this? The YMCA in 1997?
Yeah.
No, man, that shit sucks. You know why? Because they didn't have a lighter to melt the motherfucker to make it all like nice and pretty.
Is that what you do at the bottom?
This is YMCA 2025, bro. We got fucking blowtorches. Doing crack up in here. No, but yeah, these are just fucking cool. I bang these out in like 15 minutes or so. Just sit there on a corner sitting in a fucking corner watching. And I'll just make it, passes the time. Got my radio on, whatever, if I'm volunteering or if I'm just lurking and then I just pass them out, just give them to people. I don't know.
What are you using for?
It's 550 cord. It's just 550 cord, and then you pull the guts out, and then you weave it. You weave it back and forth, and you can do different designs and stuff.
Dave, I want to see you at Giant's Head, man. Make it happen, Captain.
I want to see me at Giant's Head too, buddy. You know, that is the.
Gotta make that money.
I haven't quite got that base money yet. Once I get that base money, it's gonna be on, dude. I mean,
this has been a freaking ride. Are we ready to go in the hot takes, or J-Lo, Kurt? You got any final questions for this stud?
I live 3 hours away from the guy. If I want to ask him some questions, I'll go drive up to his house. Let's do the hot takes.
Hot takes. Which is starting with a guest question from Mr. Ben Udi.
I've got a question for you, Dave. Pants or breeches?
Oh.
I just caught the end of that.
Pants or breeches?
Pants or breeches? Breeches all day, baby.
You British son of a bitch.
Not British, breeches.
Oh, no.
It's like,
no.
It's a redneck thing.
We Americans do not say breeches. That's it. Ice, get them.
I thought you were in the South. You know what breeches are? Come on, breeches. Like Cactus Kevin.
I know
breeches.
what breeches are. I'm just messing with you, man.
Pants or breeches? Breeches. All day breeches.
All right. Who's taking this one? Me or you guys?
All you.
All right. Cigarettes or booze?
Ooh.
Well, they kind of fucking go hand in hand, don't they? But I'd say I'd probably rather have a smoke than a drink.
Weed or cigarettes?
Weed.
Favorite
There you go.
skate trip food?
Favorite what? Skate trip food? Favorite food in general, we brought this up last time, little powdered donuts. Little powdered cinnamon donuts.
Good call.
That shit keeps me going, bro. Keeps me giving this good form. Shout out John Belushi, little chocolate donuts. Very inspirational.
All right. Do you crumple or roll your toilet paper?
I neither, bro. I'm a folder.
Folder.
Gotta have a good hand wide, like a good square. We don't want anything touching.
The more you know.
Now, what about when you're in the woods? What are you doing? You doing leaf or you just going air dry?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
depending on the outcome, I got to be honest with you. If I'm doing the full power squat, like it doesn't matter if it's runs or not. Like it's coming out clean.
That's the beauty of it. That's how we're supposed to poop.
I gotta have that security. I gotta have a wipe check. You know what I mean?
You gotta check.
Just gotta read the report. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want to be itchy, scratching your butt when you're skating.
I'm definitely gonna bring some McDonald's napkins at a minimum.
All right. What's your go-to slide when you're hauling ass?
I mean, like shut down, like gotta fucking stop. I have the two-hand Tony all day. But man, I really love a feeling of a fat heel side. Fat heel side, just nice line, good speed, hand up. It's just like, woo.
Feels good.
Like,
looks good.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite person to skate with?
I mean, the first name that came into my mind right instantly before I even thought about it was Daniel Meyer.
Danny boy.
Great answer.
Yeah. I could go on forever about other
I know.
people.
That's a hard one.
But yeah, I think Daniel Meyer.
Yeah, Danny boy. Love you, bud. All right. Do you call it longboarding or downhill skateboarding?
I call it longboarding for sure.
Who would your ideal sponsor be that's not in the longboard community? Anyone in the world?
I'm so gonna get canceled, dude.
Oh
my god. I don't really mean this, but the first thing that came to mind was like Tesla. I was thinking like electric skateboard.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Actually, if Tesla came out with an
e-board, come on. I mean, like
that shit would probably cost like $10,000.
Yeah, right. A Trump will buy one. Fucking A.
I do want to like the cyber trucks look like they should be perfect for jibbing on a snowboard. The angles of those things. I want to see one of those on a snowboard hill. Make it happen, Elon. Come on. You got enough money. Anyway,
you know what would be really sick though? Like side major key would be like if you could get like some kind of lift sponsor, like Sun Peaks. You know, they have like a portable magic carpet that you could just like take to a place and.
There was things for backcountry skiing and snowboarding where you set up the cables. And you have this little thing and you hook it up to a tree, pulls you right up. There we go. We're on to something there.
Whoever that company is, put me on, dog.
All right, where's your favorite place to skate?
Reddish Knob.
What's the kookiest trend happening right now? Thought you froze for a second.
I don't think there's anything that's really like anything that I'm paying attention to is probably usually pretty something high tech, innovative, new. I wouldn't really say kooky. There's kooks out there. There's new kooks out there. We could talk about that all day, but I can't think of anything that's like Shark Wheels was probably the last thing that I would say like was a big kook movement. And I was part of it. I had like 3 sets of it.
I had to try it, you know?
They're free wheels, dude. They're fucking
Yeah.
yeah, no, I can't think of anything, dude. Yeah.
Oh, you're so humble.
I think everybody's doing their own thing. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything kooky about.
Yeah, kooky is a thing of the past. Everything works now.
Oh, everyone's too damn nice now. I fucking hate it.
I'll tell you what's fucking kooky. I got a kooky one for you.
Here we go. Let's hear it, Dave.
Moonshine pushing Arsenal trucks on my fucking Instagram. Okay, just throw them in the garbage. Throw them in the fucking garbage.
Every time I go on.
Who is buying your truck? And you know, Alice is a fucking close second. Alice, you can just go. You can just thank you. Thanks. Have a nice day.
Yo,
like you don't need to be here.
Drop decks, though. Not gonna lie, I've ridden them on drop deck, and they are fire.
What? You've ridden what?
Really
on a drop deck are fire.
Atlas trucks?
No.
Yeah, I heard like
Arsenal.
They get kind of squirrely when you're going.
Arsenals on drop decks are fire for what type of riding?
Snowboarding.
What?
Slide every carve. Just slide every carve. Milk it.
True.
You heard it here first, folks.
I think kooks are the future, though, man. Like everybody, you know what y'all should be focusing on? I was thinking about this. Y'all should really hone in on the genesis story of everybody you interview. Like, there's always like a come to kook moment that everybody has. Like, there's something that we did that was like the kooky era thing at that time. That's like everybody's kooky thing is different, but everybody has one. Like they did some kook ass shit that they would never admit to, like today. But
I think, in my opinion, longboarding started out with we all idolized the guys that went fast, that had the best style, and I think it's transitioned into. I mean this in the best way possible. Kooks are running longboarding now, which is cool because it's making it so much more inclusive. It's bringing in so many more people where the sport just looked like it was inaccessible for a while there. And yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Real cool kids in the club here.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more based ass people out there. Like not having anything to do with me, but I just see a lot more of people embracing whatever their weird is. You know what I mean?
It's no longer
judging them for it. It's like, yo, man, you fucking weird. Oh,
yeah, it's just not the best riders hosting events and running companies now.
That's the kooky trend. That's the kooky trend. The kooks are taking over.
If your kookiness is like risking everyone's livelihood and health, though, check.
Yeah.
Check those motherfuckers because we don't want to die. We're not trying to die.
Yo, were you there at the Will Royce thing? Did you see that?
Yeah.
In person?
No, I didn't see it in person, but I saw him leaving the hill pissed.
Oh my god, dude!
I saw him get hit by the bike though.
It was not his week, dude.
No.
Oh my god.
He was all stoked and like participating and racing, and he was just like, "Guess not." Shit happens,
Oh my god, we all have them, dude. You know what? And that is what makes Will Royce so likable. Like, it happens to everybody, and you're like, yo, it happened to Will Royce. Like, now I don't feel so bad. It almost like him taking that hit takes pressure off of other people, you know, and like we've all taken fucking nasty hits, and like just taking the hit like that and then getting back up and continuing on is inspiring in itself, but also to see that it's Will Royce, and hey, even Will Royce eats shit every now and then. Like,
yeah,
that's cool.
I got 3 more hot takes for you. We went on a deep dive on that last one. Whew.
Yeah, what the fuck else are we doing, right? Might as well.
All right, what's your favorite wheel, Duro?
74.
Softy.
70. I'm a fat boy, dude.
Is longboarding a sport, a lifestyle, or an art to you?
It used to be a sport and a lifestyle, and I would say now it's more like a lifestyle and an art. I wouldn't say that I'm as active as I would want to be or as I used to be. I find myself more in the shop. I do more in here than I do out there, so I would say lifestyle. It's always a lifestyle. I mean, based every day. But definitely more so in these days, for sure.
All right, last question. Who is the GOAT longboarding?
Jesse Fabrizio, baby. Come on now.
Hey.
Jesse Fabrizio, number one. 4 for more.
Bro.
5 last. 4 for more. 3 for Dale. 2 to make it through. Jesse Fabrizio's number one. Cactus Kevin.
Skating with him in Puerto Rico was fucked because, like, I'm just trying to slide and survive on these, like, really gnarly, like, neighborhood runs. And he's just doing, like, 360s, taking the whole fucking half of the road switch. And I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, you're just never going to get there. And I love how he's always like, so easy, guys. Everyone can do it.
Yeah.
No.
Switch all day.
I feel like he's not wrong. Everybody could do it if they really wanted to, but
just fall.
Yeah.
He's put in the time for sure. You can tell.
Years. He was saying at the event, he was talking to some people, and it's like, yeah, dude, it took me like 15 years to learn how to do this shit. It was not easy. I'm like, respect.
Yeah, right? Oh my God.
All right, Dave, you got any thank yous you want to give out before we wrap this thing up?
Plug it.
Oh man. I mean, thanks to you guys. Thanks to Rob Wheeler for fucking opening the door for all of this. Thank you. Thanks to fucking Jesse Fabrizio, been there with me through thick and thin and this based endeavor and my first team riders and my ambassadors and my new team riders and all the customers that have ever bought anything from me. And man, there's just too many people to thank. Reggie for helping me move all that stuff from New Jersey. Barrel Boards for selling me all his shit. Timmy D for helping me find all that stuff. And oh man, Meat Bike, Verge, Zach Hall, Zach Taylor, Happy Board Co., Grand Proto Lab, Pantheon, Riptide, like everybody at the Broad Street Bomb, Scott Davis, Ross Earhart, all the boys, Aaron, Daniel, the whole Faceplant crew, and start playing the music because I'm going to keep going. Jared Lopez.
Okay. Well,
man, too many people to count. But for real though, I wanted to illustrate that. You just see one guy here, and baseboards is whatever you perceive it to be. But I truly could not be anything of what I am without all of it. Everybody, the kooks, the crazies, the assholes, the fucking Dave Gammons. I said it. Dave Gammon.
Whoa.
He who shall not be named just got named. I couldn't, so much has been bad, and we couldn't be doing as good as we are without having learned those lessons, right alongside you, Rob, and Jared. Like, I feel like I've known Jared since the beginning. Like, it really takes a fucking village, and I was lucky enough to be surrounded by a bunch of lighthouses who are willing to share their light with me. So thank you. Thank you to anybody who's shared this with me. Appreciate the fuck out you.
Thank you, Dave, for supporting events and stoking out people who would not otherwise have ever known that they have support through base boards. Because, just seeing how much respect people have for your brand and how many people rep your shit, it goes to show that, like, it's not so much about, just like repping a brand because they want to rep skaters, more so than repping a community bolstering brand, which is like something that we've all wanted and all hoped for. as like small time skaters, but now we finally have. And I think, seeing a small guy supporting the brand at large or supporting the community at large has given people hope that, like they are being looked out for.
Daddy's here, baby. That's what daddy's for, Daddy's here to take care of you, baby bird. I want everybody to have a good time skating, and I think it's super important. It's therapeutic. It's good for all the mentals and the physicals. Like, it's something sacred, and I think that it deserves to be fostered in that way. So thanks for noticing. Yeah.
If you were watching and you want to support a brand that has your back and has the future of downhill skateboarding community at its forefront, support Base Sports.
I want to give my Jerry Springer final word. I just want to say, Dave, I'm so glad you came to Skate the Cape over 10 years ago. Meeting you has been an awesome part of my life. I'm so stoked to still be your friend and to see you grow with your own company and to see how far you've taken it already. I can't wait to see what you do in the future. And I just want to say, stay positive, stay based, and give yourself some credit. Enjoy the ride. And look out for Dave at Skate the Cape 10 and Broad Street Bomb in May.
And Dirt Farm and Reddish and Shaping up. See me everywhere. Catch me outside, baby.